Hello, gorgeous souls. Welcome to your monthly astrology. This August makes us get in that time machine and go back to situations in the past. It's time to reflect, review, and think about the changes that you can make that potentially you could have made when we had the first full moon in Aquarius. Because there's the second blue moon in Aquarius, which is going to bring about some form of completion for us. There is so much going on and a lot of magic to be had, as well as us focusing on our health and well-being, taking care of the details. That is the magic of August. Here's your monthly astrology. Aquarius, how are you? Now we've got Jupiter back in your sign. It's a time of expansion and exploring and excitement and picking up things that maybe that you left behind. It really is a moment for you, and you've got this sort of vibe of expansion until December. So it's important to think outside the box, be the genius that you naturally are, and start being inventive, because the world is your lobster at the moment. Now, this month's quite good for you, particularly in terms of one-to-one relationships, whether that's a lover, whether that's a best friend, whether it's a business partnership. There's something very radical and unusual and exciting happening around your relationships. Kicks off with the sun, which makes you feel optimistic and courageous, joining forces with Mercury. You're saying what you want to say about partnerships or two partners. And in fact, if you're single and you're interested in a relationship, you might feel bold enough to tell someone or reveal your feelings, but you do it in a very charming way. We have the new moon also in, before we get to that, we've got Mercury opposing Saturn. Saturn is also sort of teaching you that freedom comes with responsibilities. And I know Aquarius don't necessarily like the word responsibility, but when we embrace our responsibilities and we get on with our responsibilities, it actually gives us more freedom. And you've been learning that lesson quite a lot. And there may be a discussion about your responsibilities, or indeed someone else's responsibilities, when it comes to an intimate relationship. How do you feel about that? Do you feel that you're being held back by responsibilities, or do you feel good about it? Do you feel you've got an equal balance in your one-to-one relationships? The new moon is going to reveal what the next phase is for you when it comes to your one-to-one relationships. If there's anything you want to change, transform, or ditch, the new moon is the time to do it. But also, how do you see your future relationships? What do you want them to be like? How do you visualize it? And even if you took your imagination even further, what's the best you can visualize your relationships being? Ponder that on the new moon, cast out those dreams and desires, make that commitment, and there will be help for you. Mercury is going into a very deep place for you around August the 11th. You're super psychic. And Mercury is also opposing Jupiter on the same day. Now, Jupiter, even in opposition, it always draws wonder and magic, and it's drawing wonder and magic to your relationships, and there could be a very important conversation you have on that day. And you're going deeper, you're diving into the depths of your emotion with Mercury in your power zone. Also, if you want to negotiate a big money deal, mid-August is the time to do it. Potentially when Mercury and Mars conjunct around the 19th. And also, if you include the moon, there's a grand Earth trine. You're super intuitive and deep. You can see what is going on beneath the surface of others then. Venus is going into your adventure zone on the 16th. You want to explore, you want to travel, you want to do things differently. You might find yourself attracted to people that are very unusual. It's quite exciting and frisky when we have Venus there. And in terms of, if you're not interested in love, when you think about abundance, you're thinking out of the box, you're doing something unique, or you could invest in something to do with travel. I am not saying whether that's a good or bad idea, I'm just saying. Anyway, there is a full moon in your sign on August the 22nd, and that is a very powerful day. You will have a peak experience, and whatever's going on with you, and particularly in your unconscious or anything that you've been pushing down, comes to the surface. But also, hopefully, there'll be a peak experience of feeling empowered and a sort of magical vibe around you. On the same day, the sun goes into your empowered mode, but also it's your primal mode. So there's a sort of raw passion around you, a raw energy around you. And you're also thinking about your future when it comes to being adventurous and being loving and being creative and being inspired. Venus trine the North Node brings a little bit of fated magic to us. So definitely the 22nd is a day to keep your eyes peeled, waggle your psychic antenna and pay attention to what the universe is trying to tell you. Finally, Mercury is entering Libra. And again, you're very excited about what you're talking about. You're very much sort of saying what you think and what you feel, and you're feeling fiery and optimistic. So all in all, very exciting month. Take care, gorgeous, and I'll speak to you soon. Don't forget to come visit me on Instagram at Michele Knight, Michele with 1 L, and on Facebook, where I do lots of lives, and you may even get a live tarot reading from me individually. Michele Knight, astrologer, and of course my website michelleknight.com if you want a reading with one of my fabulous psychics. So much love to you.